We grafted this pear 3 months ago. 3 months ago, and it is almost as tall as I am. This is the dreaded invasive Bradford pear with all of its little spines right here at the edge of our grocery row gardens. Now if we're lucky, that cambium that's in there will touch along the side, and this won't all dry out, and the sap will come up into it and it will heal, and we will get a new tree from at least one of these two pieces on top. It'll become the new top of this, and it'll become a fruiting tree instead. You see how simple this is? We're going to open this up and see how this graft looks. I'm going to show you what a graft looks like after 3 months. This is why it makes sense, if you have something in your yard that you can graft onto, to, instead of buying a new tree and a pot and planting it, you just turn around and graft onto an existing rootstock, because they grow so extremely fast in the spring when all the sap rises and comes up, that you end up with a producing tree a lot faster often than if you had replanted completely with a new one. So let's take a look right here and see how this cleft looks. This is a cleft graft. We put in 2 scions. We put on one on this side, and it was this big. You can actually see where it ends right here. That woody portion right there was the end of the original scion. And it has grown an additional 3 feet at least past there. So that piece right there, and then I put another piece next to it in this cleft. We cut this cleft in here. This is probably a 3-year-old or 2-year-old Bradford pear seedling. And I noticed it was at the edge of my garden and I left it alone. But you could see that this graft has made a knot. It's grown into here. The cambium, which is the layer beneath the bark, has touched in here, and it is making a knot, and eventually this knot will fill this entire area up. But I had done this on a larger tree over by my pond a couple of years ago, and we got a windstorm that went sideways, and it knocked the entire branch off. It had grown 8 feet of pear growth, and a windstorm came through, grabbed that branch with all its leaves on it, and just pulled it right off and threw it into my pond. So this time, here's a smaller one. I'm hopeful that this does better. If I know a windstorm or hurricane is coming, I'm likely to come out here and strip all the leaves off it so it doesn't get carried away. But I also stuck this broad fork right next to it so my kids didn't come by and knock it or run into it. So it's right here at the edge of the sidewalk that goes into our grocery row gardens. And I wanted to make sure that it was totally safe, or at least mostly safe. And all of this tender growth, look at this, 3 months. 3 months. You will never see growth like this on a potted tree if you stick a potted tree in the ground. This is incredible. I had some aphids on here earlier, but then I noticed ladybugs came. I came by and I just smeared some aphids off of it the other day. And then as I went around, I noticed there was ladybugs on another part of it. And I said, okay, great. I'll just let the ladybugs do the rest. And they've cleaned almost all the aphids off. They love that tender new growth, but the aphids have an enemy. Anyhow, I wanted to show you an update on this graft. This is extremely satisfying. And it's amazing how they can heal together. It's gonna make a beautiful knot down at the bottom. It'll all become one trunk. Then from the graft down, it is a worthless trash tree that does not make good fruit. From the graft up, it is a Keiffer pear, which is a named variety of pear that's easy to grow in the South. Thanks for joining me. If you want to learn more about grafting, watch my video, Get Grafting. It is free on YouTube. And if you want to get more in depth on plant propagation, check out Free Plants for Everyone. That's my book. I'll put a link to both of those below. Thanks for joining me. I hope you're nerdy enough to enjoy this. Like, share, subscribe, hit the bell, all that good stuff. And until next time, may your thumbs always be green.